so much for clicking on my channel. Well, all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja, just like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm gonna try not to keep it long, but y'all already know. If it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. The golden nugget today is don't give up. Surrender instead. Listen, y'all, I got these glasses on because I'm doing this golden nugget kind of late, and I started to do it without the glasses, but see, this light hitting my eyelids, and it's making my eyelids say night night. So I'm like, okay, let's put these on right quick, like, okay, and that'll help me stay awake while I'm giving this golden nugget. But listen, before I get to run my mouth about how I don't want you to give up, but instead surrender, let's go ahead and shake up this manifestation jar and get our confirmation, and then we're gonna do what? Talk about it. Yes, indeed. I hope y'all had a good day today, and I'm quite sure you probably did. But if you didn't, it's about to get better for you. Yes, it is. All right, y'all, let's see. What did we pull out here? More favor, and we'll take that all day long. Yes, we will. More favor. Y'all see that? Yes. The next one is what? Y'all know I like this. Overflow, and we'll take that as well. Yes, we will. The next one is what? Yes, multi-streams of what? Income. That's that overflow. You see what I'm saying? And last but not least is what? New friends. And ain't nothing wrong with that. We'll take that too. Listen, don't give up. Surrender instead. I know right now you're thinking and you're feeling like you've been pushed and shoved. And now you're to the edge and you're about to utter those three words. What are they? I give up. But I don't want you to. What I want you to is surrender, okay? Listen, in this walk in life, in this journey, we all have learning experiences. And those learning experiences come by what? Trials, tribulations, and hardships. And a lot of times we're not all the way aligned and connected on days, which means what? Now we're not resonating who we really are at core, which means what? God. And then when you're not operating like that, you end up trying to rely on your mind, body, and ego to give you answers. Yeah, you do, because I've done it. You try to get it to give you answers, give you resolutions, give you solutions to what's concerning those trials, tribulations, and hardships. And every single time you try to rely on the mind, body, and ego to give you the answer, what happens? You get disappointed, depressed, you're unhappy, you're angry, you're frustrated, you have some anxiety going on there, you're having some panic attacks. And every single time that you allow the mind to push out those scenarios, those calculations, you get to that place to where you're feeling pushed and feeling pushed and feeling pushed to where you're at the edge. And now you want to do what? Say, I give up, but I don't want you to. I want you to surrender. And the difference between those two is this. When you say, I give up, you're saying what? I wash my hands of it. I don't want nothing else to do with it. I'm not going to try to figure out anything, which is good. Because you know who's talking when you're saying that. It's the mind. Because the mind don't know jack. It only knows what God, the God in you, have showed it. It can only go off of memories of what it has witnessed. So it has been trying to calculate so many times, calculate memories upon memories upon memories to come up with the answer to that problem, to that trial, tribulation, or hardship, and it hadn't been able to do it because every time it becomes a flop. And now it have you pushing out thoughts that say, what? I give up. I don't want nothing else to do with this anymore. And you pair that with that what? You no longer believe, and that you no longer know who you are at core. You pair that with what? That you no longer believe, and you no longer know that the best is yet to come. You pair that with what? That you no longer believe, and you no longer know that the best is yet to come. I said that twice. I guess you need to hear that again. You no longer believe, and you no longer know that what? Everything is working out for your good. You no longer believe, and you no longer know that what? It's already worked out. But on the other end of the spectrum, on the other hand, if you surrender, what happens? You say what? I wash my hands of it. Sounds familiar, just like that what? I give up. But when you say I wash my hands of it, you're saying what? I don't need the mind, body, ego to figure it out for me. I don't need their answers. I don't need it to do it. But in your core or at your core, it's still resonating that what? God did it once, and God will do it again. And that's you at core. And it's still resonating that what? The best is yet to come. You still know that. You still believe that. And it's still resonating that what? Everything is working out for your good. And it's still resonating that what? It's already worked out. That's the difference. So if you decide to give up, guess what? You won't see any change. No change at all. No manifestations. No turnarounds. Why? Because you have washed your hands of it and you no longer believe and know. But when you surrender, change. You get a turnaround. You get that manifestation. Right at the nick of time, you get that new car. Right at the nick of time, you get that new house. You get that new job. You get the new healing or what have you. You know what I'm talking about. You finally get married. You finally get kids. You finally get that lump sum of money. Everything just rolled out like a red carpet for you. All because you surrendered. You surrender instead of what? Giving up. That's what I want you to do. Don't give up. Just surrender. And surrender just means what? You're putting the mind, body, and ego into its place, which is submission. And that's why you're saying, I don't want nothing else to do with trying to figure it out. Because now you just realize that what? That ain't your job anyway. As far as what? The mind, body, and ego is not its job. You are God at core, which means you don't have to figure out anything. It's almost like if you go into a classroom and the teacher says, hey, you're going to take a test today. Take out your number 2 pencil, and the teacher passes out the paper, right? And the paper that you get has the answer key on it, right? And so when the teacher says begin, what you do is look over at your classmate and you say what? Hey, what'd you get for number 2? Because you think you don't know. That's because you don't know what you have. You don't know the power you have. You have the answer key, but you over there asking your classmate, what's for number 2? Or what you get for number 10? What you get for number 27? Part B. Yeah, what you get? And the answer key is in your possession. You're the key. You're the key. You hold all the answers. You don't have to figure out anything. Why? Because you're God at core, and God is what? All-knowing. So if you are all-knowing, God at core, then do you have to figure out anything? Do you? You don't. No, none whatsoever. Think about it. This is how you'll know if your mind, body, and ego is at work versus you, God at core. If you find yourself over there saying, I'm confused, does that sound like something God would say? What if you find yourself over there saying, I don't know what to do? Does that sound like God? No, it doesn't. What if you find yourself saying, let me see if I can figure this out? Does that sound like God? It doesn't. God has all the answers. You at core. That's why when you're going through certain learning experiences, you can be in your garage wiping down your cars, right? Or using the restroom, or cleaning the dishes, or at work. You could be doing something, watching TV. And you know you're dealing with a learning experience, but you're not thinking about it at that time because you're occupied by watching TV or using the restroom or doing something, right? But while you're watching TV or using the restroom or doing whatever, what happens? What happens? The answer just comes to you. Now you know exactly what you're supposed to do concerning that way. Trial, tribulation, hardship. It just comes to you. You didn't have to search for it. You didn't have to look for it. You weren't trying to figure it out. It just came. Who gave you the answer? How did you get the answer? It came from you. The God in you. You are God. That should let you know it has happened to you. I know it has. It happens to me all the time. When I let go and just surrender and don't allow my mind, body, and ego to have a field trip in my head up in here, I just say, I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. And guess what? I come through for myself all the time. There's a song. I surrender all to thee, my blessed Savior. Who's the Savior? You, God at core. You got to save yourself. But if you don't know who you are, then you can't really do a whole lot of saving, right? You can unleash the power that's within you. You just got to surrender. But if you quit, you will not unleash anything. You won't. You'll shackle it. You'll hold it down. You'll bound it up. And then the mind-body ego will be having a field trip over there with you. You wouldn't know which way is right, which way is left, which way is up, which way is down. You'll be taking everybody's and anybody's advice to do this and to do that. Why? Because you're not being guided by who you are at core. You are the answer. You're the answer. You hold all the answers. You're all-knowing. Don't give up. Surrender instead. Wash your hands of letting the mind, body, and ego try to resolve or give you a solution or figure it out for you. Wash your hands of it, but continue to resonate in who you are at core, which is God. Continue to resonate knowing that everything is worked out for your good and that the best is yet to come. And I can guarantee you, at the end of the day, or by the end of the day, it's going to work out for you good. It's going to be a turnaround. It always is. It's never failing. Never failing. You're never failing. So listen, if you didn't get anything I just told you, rewind and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have to mask a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. Be blessed, stay blessed. Be blessed, stay blessed. Be blessed, stay blessed. Don't give up. Surrender instead. You know what's coming next. Ciao.